Welcome to Flossing 101. When you eat food, where is the most food catches? It's between your teeth, right? Is it brushing going to clean it out? Of course not. Flossing is the only way you can clean the food out between your teeth and also slimy plaque that is underneath the gum tissue. Yet, researchers found that only 7% of the American population actually flosses daily. And those 7%, they cannot go to sleep without flossing because they are so used to having a clean teeth. 93% of the population, they never know what it's like to have a clean teeth because they only floss once in a while when the chicken or steak is caught between their teeth. Flossing is so important because everything we eat has sugar in it. Sugar is what feeds bacteria in our mouth. Do you remember as a child, someone tell you candy is bad for your teeth? What is candy made out of? Sugar. Sugar is what feeds bacteria. Bacteria multiplies when they eat sugar. So when you leave all that sugar-rich food between your teeth before you go to sleep, bacteria eat sugar, multiplies. In the morning you wake up, you feel that slimy stuff all over your mouth. And we call that a cotton mouth. Another thing bacteria does is they produce byproducts such as acid and sulfur and other substances. And we can smell that. We call that a morning breath. Flossing is so easy if you understand the principle and technique. You can actually floss with your eyes closed. Yes. You can floss while you're watching TV. You don't even need a mirror. And I will share with you the simple technique. It will change your life. It will change your lifestyle with a healthy habit. If you are not a regular flosser, you will have some bleeding in your gums. Don't worry. First couple of days it's going to bleed quite a bit. But within 3 or 4 days, bleeding will go away. Our gums respond very quickly. Here are some principal techniques of flossing. First of all, you want to get floss about this long. And reason is we have about 28 teeth. And there's a lot of teeth to cover. So you want to, first we want to cover the upper teeth. So we're going to wrap around this in the middle finger. We know this finger, right? Nobody likes us when we use it, but we can do it in the private, and flossing makes it easy with this finger. You wrap it around this middle finger, and what you want to do is just wrap it around a little bit here, but a lot over here, because when you floss, start with this corner, and you do the one section, one tooth, and then another, and you keep moving along. When you get here, you wrap it around the dirty parts here, and you start with the clean parts. And then another thing is, when you floss, make sure you hold it very short, right? And start with the center. And scrape on one side and the other side. Make sure you make a C shape against your teeth, and also scrape until you hear squeaking sound. Make sure you go all the way to under the gum line. And when you do this, you get to know your teeth too. If you have a crown, there's a little margins and a little bumps, and you gently go over it. And don't yank it out, because when you yank it out, that's when you can pull your crown out. Also, sometimes you can cut your gums when you pop it in or pop it out. And then back here, this side is the hardest place to floss. And that's why this technique of a flossing, where you hold it, make it so much easier. What you want to do is you want to make it a little bit longer, and then have your index and thumb stretch it out far as you can. Then you use the index to go in way back there, reach in, and the thumb is outside. And then watch this. Huh? See how easy you can reach there? And then when you go on the other side, it's kind of awkward, but if you switch your finger over, and then you can start with a, see how easy that is? And of course inside, make sure you use them inside the cheek. And that's what makes flossing so easy. Lower teeth, we use this index finger. This finger, that's what we're going to wrap it on our floss in. And same thing, you want to have a little bit on one side and a little bit in the long, and then hold it very short. Then you can almost tell where's it between your teeth are. Huh? And make sure when you do it in the back side, hold it very long, and the only finger inside is this two finger, no other finger inside your mouth. And when it's tight, gently wiggle it in, and then wiggle it out, because when you yank it in or pop it in, that's what you cut your gums. And then the other side, the same thing. Make sure you do the very back of the last tooth, floss there, because some people, they don't floss there because there's no teeth next to it. And then, well, that's most often what you ended up getting cavity, because plaque accumulates there and sits there. I hope they made the flossing easy, and like I said, you can start from here and then do. It's like a 1, 2, 3, very easy. As you can see, utilizing this finger is what makes the flossing much more easier and accessible, and it's going to be kind of challenging for you, but if you stay with it, within 2 or 3 days, your finger has memory. They will remember how to. You don't even have to think. You'll be doing it. Commit yourself to floss every night, no matter what. If you floss next 2 weeks, for the first time, you will get used to what it's like to have a clean teeth. And after that, stop flossing for 1 or 2 nights. You can feel the slimy, stuffy feeling and also dull achiness coming from your gum tissue. Soon as you floss, you have that clean feeling back again. And then on, no one ever have to tell you to floss. Nothing less will be acceptable for you. And there are times life comes at you and you decide not to floss for a few days. Don't let it go any more than 3 days. Then you lose that clean feeling and you get back to that old stuffy feeling and you no longer feel the difference. Whenever this happens, just remember, get back right to it. You may see a bleeding couple days, and then within a couple days bleeding will go away. This presentation is brought to you by Tender Loving Care for Healthy Smiles Foundation. We are dedicated to showing you how to have a healthy, beautiful, confident smile for life through healthy habits.